And that is exactly what Canada is trying to do. They're trying to push digital IDs, digital currencies, remove cash, have crazy AI surveillance so that we are all suppressed, okay? If one day we say something, we criticize the government, we call out bullshit, we speak out against oppression, what can they do? Well, they can cut off our complete access to our own money in our bank. They can cut off our access to our own ID. But yeah, essentially what these laws are basically doing is suppressing our free speech as Canadians. Even though Canada's coped and we don't have that much, good free speech like the US, we still have some level of free speech, and they're trying to completely remove that by setting all these laws in place so that we can't post anything on social media. We will get criminalized, we will get fines, we can't have cash because they want to get rid of cash, and it's all a control mechanism. Alright niggas, if you've been living under a rock, you gotta know this. So if the Liberal Party in Canada forms a majority government, we are cooked. They're trying to implement many different bills right now, which is Bill C2, Bill C8, Bill C9, and Bill C63. Now, if you don't know what a bill is, basically it's a law that is currently not official yet, but it's currently being developed, and they're deciding whether it should basically be implemented or not. Basically, that's what a bill is. And yeah, if these bills actually get implemented, we are... So Bill C2 is basically like an anti-immigration thing. It basically locks in on like immigrants and stuff like that, which is not that bad. But one of the biggest things and stupidest things that it does is it restricts cash payments. Basically, if you make a payment of $10,000 cash or receive $10,000 cash or something like that, they can basically imprison you for that. And it's not even $10,000. They can control how much cash you basically have. And it's basically just a bill that is trying to get rid of cash and put us all in a digital currency. Bill C8 allows the minister and the government to have more control over the media and, the internet. And basically, if they don't like you, they can boot you off the internet for absolutely no reason. And you can't defend yourself for that. Bill C9 is a hate speech law, basically saying that they get to control what hate speech truly means. So if this law gets passed, no more posting memes about Benjamin Netanyahu, no more criticizing the Israeli government, no more criticizing Indians because you're gonna be cooked. If I say the cookies run the world, I am cooked. And it's all subjective, so if my fat liberal neighbor thinks that I'm being too harsh on gay people, she can report me and I could go to jail for that because of hate speech. Or if people think I'm anti-Semitic. And Bill C63 is another free speech type law, basically saying that the government can control the media and remove content that is considered harmful to children. So if I say that the cookies did 9/11, they can ban my account, send me to jail because apparently I'm spreading propaganda and what I'm saying is hateful to children and very harmful to children. But yeah, essentially what these laws are basically doing is suppressing our free speech as Canadians. Even though Canada's cooked and we don't have that much, good free speech like the US, we still have some level of free speech, and they're trying to completely remove that by setting all these laws in place so that we can't post anything on social media. We will get criminalized, we will get fines, we can't have cash because they want to get rid of cash, and it's all a control mechanism. It's exactly what they did in Cookie 19 back in 2020 when they wanted to make us take the cookie injection, and it was just a control mechanism, and that is exactly what Canada is trying to do. They're trying to push digital IDs, digital currencies, remove cash, have crazy AI surveillance so that we are all suppressed, okay? If one day we say something, we criticize the government, we call out bullshit, we speak out against oppression, what can they do? Well, they can cut off our complete access to our own money in our bank, they can cut off our access to our own ID and basically just control us like slaves, and we're just gonna be in a completely digital world. And I mean, like, no more posting memes about Benjamin Netanyahu because you're gonna be cooked. So yeah, this is like absolutely ridiculous. If you're a Canadian, please share this video, make your own video, do whatever you gotta do, spread awareness to this issue. Now, what do I think the solution is? I don't really know. I'm not gonna say like, oh, go vote the Conservatives, because this whole thing is a control mechanism, all right? The Conservatives, they got some good values, but then they're all slaves to the state of cookie, okay? They're full cookie supporters and they are just sellouts, all right? And if they get into power, we might have a better life here, but then we're going to have face consequences because of their enormous support for the state of cookie. And then what's going to happen is we're going to get fed up with them, and then we're going to vote for the Liberals, and the Liberals are going to get back in power. Once the Liberals are back in power, we're going to have bullshit laws like this, suppressing our hate speech, pushing out liberalism, liberal ideologies, making us all faggots. And then what happens in the end is that we finally get fed up of this. The only benefit, though, is that they don't support the state of cookie. But what happens at the end of this? Well, then we get fed up, and then we vote the conservatives again, and now they're back in power. It's just the loop. This is what happens in the US all the time. It's going to happen again because Trump is probably going to get impeached, and then Democrats are going to come back into power, push their ideologies, people are going to get fed up with that, and then boom, the Republicans are back in power, and you know, the state of cookie is back in power. But yeah, I mean, at least speak out against this issue, call out this bullshit, because man, I don't want to go to prison, man. I want to spread out the truth. I want to call out the bullshit and injustices that go on around the world. And yeah, if you're watching this video, spread the truth, talk about these bills, criticize the government, and don't let them stop your free speech. Peace.